There's a good chance that Jerry Jones has no friends left as far as the other owners of the other NFL teams are concerned.
It's a young samurai. I smoke a spliff in the cut, then I pass a lot to my bro. No fuck with my flow. Couple bad bitches and a cup of that tro. So it's just THC.
BBN Jack Frost, what's up, party people? Hey, before the video even start, hit that like button, subscribe, and join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. All right, so let me lay down the facts for you before we go any further. So basically, uh, the commissioner Roger Goodell, he was up for a new contract. So when he was up for a new contract, he's a pretty slick guy here. While he was up for a new contract, the Ezekiel Elliott thing happens. So during the course of the Ezekiel Elliott investigation, Roger Goodell speaks to Jerry Jones, and Jerry Jones comes away from the meeting believing that Ezekiel Elliott was not in a harm of being suspended. Now, before we go any further, just thinking that is hubris. Just thinking that, yeah, my guy who's being accused of domestic violence isn't going to be suspended, and he's only a 2 year player. He's just coming off of his rookie season. When an individual that all he's being accused of deflating a couple of footballs, and he's quite possibly one of the best, is the best, or at least the second or third best quarterback ever to play in the NFL, got suspended 6 games. My 2 year guy, he's not going to get suspended. So that was just hubris for Jerry Jones to even assume that something like that was just not going to happen. So back to the facts. So what ends up happening is, after Jerry Jones is under this belief that Ezekiel Elliott will not be suspended for the domestic violence, uh, I don't know, allegations. I'm not sure if he was ever actually found guilty of the domestic violence. I believe they were just allegations. And in Ezekiel Elliott's defense, there was informations that came out that basically the young lady, that his ex-girlfriend that was accusing him of this, had said that she was going to falsely accuse him of such things because she was so pissed off at him. So that could be why Jerry Jones believed this. But at the end of the day, you know how some people are: when there's smoke, there's fire. And just to be honest, usually when there's smoke, there's fire. So the owners have a meeting. Okay. Full disclosure: in 2007, the NFL was making something like $7 billion a year, and today they make $15 billion a year. So yeah, that's a big difference. And most, if not all, of this, upward swing in revenue is due to moves that Roger Goodell has made. So Roger Goodell is good for football, at least for the owners' pockets. Roger Goodell is good for the owners' pockets. So back to the facts. Well, those were also facts, by the way. The owners have a meeting, and in the meeting, the owners agree that they're going to give Roger Goodell another 6 year contract. So after the owners agree that they're going to give Roger Goodell another 6 year contract, all that's left is for the contract to be drawn up and things like such, yada, yada, yada. So everybody already agreed, right? So the only thing left is for the contract to be drawn up about, exactly what his duties and everything is going to be, and then he's going to sign it. That's the only thing left. They've already agreed to bring him back. So after he gets the okay that he's going to come back to the NFL as the commissioner, short time after that, a couple months after that, all of a sudden now he calls Jerry Jones to inform him that Ezekiel Elliott actually will be suspended. I don't think Jerry Jones gets it, because Jerry Jones decides that he's going to go at Roger Goodell full force with the weight of all powers that he could resonate. He's gonna bring them down on Jerry Jones. On Roger Goodell. One of the first things Jerry Jones seemed to have done is he called all the other biggest, most respected and I guess You say the owners that are at the forefront of most of the decision making in the NFL and tried to get them on his side. That failed. Some of the owners were the Mara family in New York. It was the Steelers owners. I'm sorry, I can't remember their names. I'm a New York fan. That's how come I know about the Maras, obviously. The Falcons, he contacted. He contacted, the owners of some of the. It was like 6 owners in total that he contacted. Now, let's just break this down for one quick second. We're going to try to make this quick. We're going to break this down one quick second. You got to look at it like this. There's a good chance that Roger Goodell was not going to suspend Ezekiel Elliott. There's a good chance that owners, also Robert Kraft, that was another one. There you go. There was a good chance that owners, and the reason why I remember Robert Kraft is because I wouldn't be surprised if Roger Kraft also was like, come on, how you can't, they weren't going to sign off on bringing him back if not for he was, fair. Because Roger Goodell has been really, really hard on NFL players and suspending players for numerous things. Players have been suspended and fined. Then all of a sudden you have a player come up with domestic violence situation and you do nothing. And especially with the incidents that have been happening in recent years involving NFL players, if a domestic violence allegation comes up, you have to take that seriously. If people don't remember, Ray Caruth killed his girlfriend. Okay? His pregnant girlfriend. I can't remember if he did it himself or if he had her killed. But his pregnant girlfriend was killed. Okay? So this is happening in the NFL. We had another player knock his girlfriend, fiance at the time, out in the elevator, who's now his wife. She stuck with him. Like, knock her out cold. So there's a domestic violence problem in the NFL. This is facts. So if you have a player who's accused of domestic violence and there's nothing at all that you do to them, but you suspend another guy 6 games because, he supposedly knew about somebody deflating a couple of footballs. How does that work? How does that work? You understand? So something had to have been done with Ezekiel Elliott. There was no way that Roger Goodell was going to be able to keep his standings with the rest of the league, especially with them believing that he was impartial and non-biased, if Jerry Jones's man, when he gets in trouble, he just looks the other way and says, we're going to do nothing here. So Jerry Jones is pissed because Jerry Jones was under the assumption that nothing was going to be done. But I wouldn't be surprised if the reason why Jerry Jones was under the assumption that nothing was going to be done is because Roger Goodell initially wasn't going to do anything until he was approached by other owners. The Falcons owner, I forget right now what his name is, actually came out and made his comment towards Jerry Jones's comment about how he's going to come at Goodell with the weight of, all the forces that he could conjure up. He said, that's not how we do things in the NFL. That's an exact quote. So you have Roger Goodell, who is standing firm on his suspension, which I think that he should. I personally think that Ezekiel Elliott should be suspended. Not because I'm a Giants fan, but because there's already been a model set. There's already a template for this. Unless there's absolutely 100% total exoneration, the guy is held to a certain standard because in the NFL, there is a domestic violence issue. Also, you have to understand, there's a lot of females in the NFL, female fans of the NFL. You can't just have a guy get in trouble for domestic violence and you do nothing. The NFL has a bigger contingency of female fans than any other male sport in America. Maybe baseball, because baseball's a family thing. But football's a family thing. Football just does. Football's king, okay? $15 billion a year. Football's king. So that's why it's like, yo, how you gonna try to fire the guy that's making that's increasing the revenue of the league at such a rate? Like, he's doing his job appropriately. Like, how you gonna fire him because your man got six games? You know, that's a your man issue. And also, you also have to add to it all of the other shenanigans that Ezekiel Elliott has been getting involved in, pulling women up, pulling they bras up to flash their titties, and whether she was okay with it or not isn't the point. The point is that that's not the way our NFL players are supposed to conduct themselves. That's what the point is. So Jerry Jones has decided that he is going to sue other players. Sue other owners if they do not fall in line with what he wants to get rid of Roger Goodell. Which is crazy. Because like I stated to you before, in 2007, the NFL was making $7 billion. And now currently this year, they make $15 billion. More than double. Like, that's more than double. He's more than double the annual revenue or income or whatever the hell of the NFL in a matter of a couple of years, in less than 10 years. Doubled. NFL was already king. Now he's doubled that revenue. So, come on. You can't be serious. But Jerry Jones wants to have his way, and he's not going to have it any other way. So, the league is taking a stand. And the owners are taking a stand. And the owners might want to remove Jerry Jones's team from him. This will be... Everybody's looking. I know what people are probably looking at it, trying to say, like, "Oh man, this is similar to what happened in the Clippers," and that's a yes or no. At one time, I kind of said the two things were similar, but if you really, really think about it, it's kind of not similar. The guy in the Clippers was just a freaking racist that everybody was ignoring, and everybody knew was a racist. Jerry Jones is declaring war on the rest of the league. Owners and commissioner. Jerry Jones looked like the type of guy to be like, I know where the bodies are buried. Now, one of the main reasons why the owners definitely do not want to get rid of Roger Goodell is because who else is going to stand? Just a simple act of him standing up to Jerry Jones is why, like, every other owner in the league is like, nah, he got to keep his job. Jerry Jones is a little bully. Jerry Jones is a bully. It's facts. That and Roger Goodell knows what's going on with CTE. Nobody's probably even thinking about that. I'm pretty sure that's not something that that ESPN will want to bring anybody's acknowledgement to. Roger Goodell knows when they knew CTE was caused by head trauma. Roger Goodell would know whether the owners wanted to push it under the freaking rug, sweep it under the rug. Roger Goodell would know. So I'm pretty sure that the owners, just in general, don't want any parts of having beef with Roger Goodell. And when they do part ways with him, they will want it to be a mutual thing. Think about it. What commissioner in what sport gets ran out? You don't get ran out. You serve a certain amount of terms, a certain amount of years, and then you just move on. They don't say, nah, we don't want you no more and kick you out. Why? Because you know where the bodies are buried. Anyway, I want to know what y'all guys think about this. I personally think Roger Goodell was in the right. I think that Ezekiel Elliott should be suspended. I think that he should have took his suspension earlier. I think he should have just took his suspension in the beginning of the damn year. That's what I think. That first game, he should have just took his damn suspension and went and just came back in the seventh game. I think by them waiting this long for him to take his suspension, now his suspension, what week are we in? Because I know they would hate for his suspension. Because put it like this, whenever he does come back, he's going to still need a couple of games to get back into shape or get back game ready. You understand? That's why you take the suspension in the beginning of the week, in the beginning of the year, you idiot. Now, if they go to the playoffs, Ezekiel Elliott, his body might not be ready for it. He might not be able to be at the pinnacle of his abilities, at the top of his abilities in the playoffs, because he's taking his games off at the end of the year rather than the beginning. This was just a terribly calculated move by the Dallas Cowboys. They should have just took the freaking the suspension in the beginning of the year instead of assuming that there was a way that they could get around it. But you know, when you're the bully, you tend to think you're going to get your way. All you got to do is scream loud enough and pound your chest hard enough. Anyway, let me know what y'all guys think about this. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. Leave your comments below. And in particular, I want to know, what do you think? Do you think Ezekiel Elliott should have been suspended or not? Like, that's the number one thing I want to know. Who thinks Ezekiel Elliott should have been suspended besides me? And who thinks Ezekiel Elliott should have just served the suspension in the beginning of the year? So by the end of the year, when the playoffs come, because you know that you have a playoff caliber team, by the end of the year, when the playoffs come, you're back in rhythm. In the beginning of the year, they had a weak schedule. They could have won at least 3 of those games. They could at least have been 3-3 by the time freaking the Ezekiel Elliott came back. Leave your comments down below. I love y'all. Keep each other safe. That's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.